In this session, we are going to go through a series of 3 questions on method creation. In the first question, we are going to create a simple method without any return value or parameter. In the second question, we are going to add 2 parameters to the method. And in the third one, we're also going to return some value from a method. So let's create the class first. I'm going to call it sample question method creation. And as always, public static void main string array args followed by curly brace. And now let's add Java doc comments. And you can see in Eclipse, Java doc comments, the color of Java doc comments is different from the block comment. Right? We haven't used a lot block comment, so I'm going to just type in Java doc comments by copy the whole entire question text here. Now, let's add Java doc comment to main method. The first question asks us to write a void method which will print out a sentence, hello world. So we will create a Java doc first. And let's say public. We need to define the method. In the method, we are going to have a header, modifier, not the main, sorry. Print sentence, let's call it print sentence, which will do a system.out.print line hello world. And one thing to note, you can see that there were some issues when I copy this from my notepad, from my text editor. The reason is this is enhanced character set, which Java source code does not accept. I have to use the ASCII2 quote instead of this enhanced data set, character set. You will run into this enhanced character set if you use something like Word or WordPad. Then this is a common issue our previous student run into. When you use some rich text editor, make sure you are using the ASCII2 data set, char set. Otherwise, this will result in an error. There are students running for a long time trying to debug the issue, and that's the only reason. Okay, so that being said, we have created this print sentence method. We're going to call it inside main method. So let's run this now. So we get a hello world. The execution flow is from JVM to main. Main method calls print sentence. Print sentence will run this print line and goes back, exit. The second part of the question asks us to write the method, which will accept 2 parameters, your first name and last name, and then we'll print out the sentence, hello world from somebody. So let's add 2 parameters, string first name and the string last name. And now we will add hello world from plus first name plus last name plus exclamation mark. There is a little bit of an issue here that we will see very soon. But first, this is a valid syntax. And now we have an error in main method because we are printing out. We are calling this print sentence without appropriate parameter. You can see that. The method print sentence is not capable for the arguments empty. Basically, it says the argument we provide is empty, and this does not match the definition of the print sentence method. So I'm going to just add my name and run this. And you can see the question that the issue that I mentioned about, there's no space. And this is also a common issue when you are adding strings together. Always try to add some space when appropriate, right? Now everything looks fine. The third question asks us to return a value. It will accept two parameters, still accept two parameters. Then it will print out the sentence. There's no problem with that. In addition, the method should return the string that consists of all uppercase version of your last name, a comma, and your first name. So first of all, it should return string, right? So I'm going to change this to string and add an empty return. What is going to be returned? We don't know what is going to be returned yet. So let's check the requirement. The requirement says uppercase version of your last name, a comma, and your first name. So let me copy this over just for reference. Uppercase version of last name means last name dot to uppercase, right? Plus a comma. And here I take a liberty to add a space. Then plus the first name. Right. Now, you can see there's no error in print sentence because by itself, this is just an expression. And the return value can be used and may not be used. So if you do not use the return value, there's nothing wrong. It depends on what you want to do. You may not need to use whatever is returned. But here, we decide to use it. So we are going to use a system out, the print line. And there's a hello plus this with a parenthesis. So note that now I'm utilizing this method, the return value of this method. Let's see what will happen. And we are getting hello world from the print sentence method. The print sentence method returns this official name to main method, and main method utilizes this return value to print out this hello.